Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here.
You know, I love you both.
I know, we love you.
It's such a fun, like, coming together. When you guys called me and said you wanted to do this, I was just like, how special is it that we first met now 7 years ago? And then because of you, I got to meet this amazing man. And I feel like we've kicked off a bromance. And
that makes me happy.
Yeah. And because of you, I just feel like we've been spending so much time together. And so I'm so grateful to you both for trusting me and over the years, and the fact that you've been on, and now we get both of you. It's like,
thank you.
It's so special.
It's a very safe, cozy place.
Benny and Selena.
Hi.
Welcome back to On Purpose for the first time together.
Yes.
I am so grateful to you both. It's been a joy getting to know you both over the last few years. And I am so happy for you both.
Thank you.
Like, this is just so beautiful and special. And because of you, Selena, I got to know Benny so much more. And Benny and I have been hanging out. We've been meditating. We've been
I love that.
Eating. We've been
That makes me really happy.
But it's thanks to you. It's thanks to you for bringing us together. And I was just saying, as a man, it's so hard to make male friendships as you get older.
Mm-hmm. Is that so?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's just like when you're an adult, it's like, I have my people. And that's like, what? I have to let a new person in? Like, you barely have time for your people that you have. So you're like, wait, in order to get a new person, I have to like move another person down the list to slot a new person in.
Whoa.
Because there's not, you start to get to an age. It's like, Larry David always says this. He says, I have friends that I'm not even friends with. I've just been friends with them for so long. I can't let them go because they're already built in. It's like a therapist. They already know everything. You can't teach a new person.
That's hilarious.
Selena disagrees.
It's not necessarily that I disagree. I guess I just always thought that guys have this immediate, like, what's up? And then they're just like in a flow. So I don't know. I found that interesting.
Yeah, I feel like you get guarded as you get older a little bit. Sometimes I wish I weren't as wise because I'm not wise at all, but I'm saying like, it's like when you listen to something, like for me, for music, I listened to things when I was like 18 and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know any of the rules. I wasn't thinking of anything. It all comes so easily because you're not confined to like this box that you've put yourself in over the years. And then by the end, you're like, oh, I'm 36, almost 37. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. And it's like, there is some sort of freedom to being really young too.
There definitely is. But I was saying that watching both your love story, and I know you were saying, Selena, 2 seconds ago, you're like, this is such a safe and cozy space to come to. I'm hoping that today we get to know your love story on a deeper level.
Aww.
And we get to access really what's in your hearts and minds, because I think there's so many interviews and so many things that kind of will touch on the surface level of stuff, but I hope we can go deeper. So what I want to start with is I want to actually rewind.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to rewind to a place where we don't retell the story, but we get to relive your story with you.
Right.
And I think there's a difference, because when we tell a story, it's like, this is what happened. But when we relive it, it's almost like going back to who we were when that happened. So I want to go back to the first time you ever met. And I want to hear about it.
Well, the funny thing is it was so long ago that we don't remember.
we know that her mother put us in a meeting together when, how old were you?
16.
So she was 16.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that long ago.
And well, I'm like 4 or 5 years older than you. So I was probably 20, 21. And her mom was trying to get her into music. And her mom is amazing. The way she goes from room to room, gets
We've had her on the show. Yeah, she's a powerhouse.
Gets things to happen. And somehow she got us a meeting together. And we don't remember that time. And, after we had done songs together, there was one time where it was probably 2016 or 17 or something. I remember when you were in a studio, like Interscope Studios, and I remember she doesn't remember it, but I remember I came in and I had this talk with you. And I remember being like, whoa, wow, like, Selena's really like a complex person, like in a good way. And I was like, wow, she's so deep. And we had this conversation where I was just really left by being like, oh, she's deep. And then we went and thought nothing more of it. And then when we did our song together, I remember leaving, not feeling romantic at all. I just remember leaving and I was talking, because when you're pop star like she is, and you're a huge entity, and you've done so many things in your life before, like people set up all these walls before. So it's like you get like before I came in, they were like, well, you know, this thing's like this and this is like this. And like, she might not want to do that and like stuff. And they speak for people so much. And then I remember me and the director were so nervous. And then the first second you like disarmed everybody. And I remember walking back and Jake was like, he's like, the guy who directing with me, he's like, this is going to be so easy. What they made it seem like this was going to be this crazy thing. And the warmth I felt from her in that moment, I remember leaving being like, wow, Selena's such a cool girl. She's
and Selena,
really...
you don't remember this at all?
No, she remembers that.
I remember the video part, but it was interesting because, yes, I don't have a very good memory, but I just remember the video shoot. I didn't see anything romantic nor really felt that, but I had a really good time. And that was probably the first time after years of doing music together and not together. That was the first time I really got to hang out with him. Yeah. And it was fun. I had a good time. And that was that.